Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well today. I'm Ryan Witt, and I'm a senior in the AIM program covering international healthcare. Today I will be covering Koninklijke Philips ADR, or Royal Philips ADR, ticker PHG. Philips is a leading global health technology company that offers a wide array of consumer well-being and healthcare products. It operates through three segments: diagnosis and treatment, which is 42% of revenue, connected care, which is 28% of revenue, and personal health, which is also 28%. Diagnosis and treatment uses software to improve innovative diagnostic and minimally invasive procedural solutions. The connected care segment focuses on devices that improve connectivity between users and devices, and the personal health segment deals with improving customers' healthy living and keeping them connected. Philips sees sales in the US of 34%, Asia 27%, and Europe 26%. The company was founded in 1891 and is currently headquartered in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Now moving on to my recommendation for Philips, which has transformed into a healthcare technology company from an electronics company. Over 65% of Philips sales come from leadership positions in addressable markets, and another 40% of their sales come from solutions and recurring revenues. Philips has recently introduced IntraSight, a mobile platform that allows for patient care from a single system. This should expand Philips' leading position in the image-guided therapy market, which is 31%, or 2.5 billion euros of the diagnosis and treatment segment. Another product that Philips just introduced, known as the medical tablet, allows clinicians to remotely monitor large numbers of patients during emergency situations. The remote healthcare market size is expected to grow to 20 billion euros by 2028, representing a CAGR of 17%. A very important note is that Philips had seen a price drop of negative 12% for year to date, which resulted from a recall of just over 3 million sleep apnea machines within their connected care business. Philips has set aside about 5 million euros to deal with the recall, and this does not include any possible lawsuits that can come about. As of August 31st, there have been 57 case lists filed with 202 plaintiffs named in those cases, of which 33% have medical injuries. Replacement parts are being added, and Philips remains one of the largest players with about 22% of market share in the segment. Within the connected care segment, the sleep and respiratory care business makes up 49% of its sales, or about 2.7 billion euros of total revenue. This will remain an important part of Philips' main business and still offers future growth opportunities. And due to Philips' recent business transition, biotelemetry acquisition, and product launches, it is recommended that Philips be added to the AIM International Equity Fund with a price target of $57.41, representing an 18.25% upside. My first driver is Philips' transition from electronics and technology company to a primarily health technology company. The move to a health technology company began for Philips in 2011 when the company's current three segments only made up 44% of revenue. The largest sell-off was seen of their lighting business for over 4.5 billion euros in 2015. In early September 2021, Philips sold off its domestic appliances and expected to receive 3 billion euros resulting from the deal. Philips is also expecting to receive annual payments with a net present value of 700 million euros for 15 years, and the total deal value is approximately 4.4 billion euros. Management has said this ends their major divestments as they look to allocate all available resources to the three remaining main segments. This should result in the segments growing into the mid to high single-digit organic growth range until fiscal year 25. No decision has been made yet on what the proceeds from the recent sale will be allocated to. My second driver revolves around the acquisition of Biotelemetry Inc. in February of 2021 for 2.2 billion euros at an EV to EBITDA ratio of 25.1 times. Biotelemetry is one of the world's largest remote cardiac monitoring service that provides assistance for over 1 million patients. This business generated 380 million euros in revenue for 2020. Over the previous 5-year period, the sales of biotelemetry services grew at a CAGR of 25%. These technologies will help Philips expand into the patient care management solutions segment for hospitals and homes. The acquisition makes Philips the largest player in both hospital and cardiac ambulatory monitoring. The cardiac monitoring market is expected to be 23 billion euros by 2027, projected at an annual growth of 3.9%. Biotelemetry should expect to see double-digit growth by fiscal year 25, and Philips will expect to obtain significant synergies throughout the fiscal year 21 within the connected care segment. My third driver has to do with recent product launches by Philips. In May 2021, the Spectral CT 7500 system was released, which delivers high-quality spectral images for patients on 100% of their scans. The system has shown a 34% reduction in time to diagnosis, 25% reduction in repeat scans, and 30% reduction in follow-up scans. Cost from repeated and suboptimal scans is estimated to be a 10 billion euro market. The spectral imaging systems market is expected to reach 25 billion euros by 2025, growing at a CAGR of 19.3%. Philips has also released 2 personal health products, including the Sonicare 9900 Prestige electric toothbrush and Shaver Series 9000 electric razor. The Sonicare 9900 is one of the most advanced toothbrushes on the market, and Philips is constantly in the top recommendations by dentists. Both the Sonicare 9900 and the Shaver Series 9000 use AI technology to better enhance their users' personal health. In order to reach an intrinsic value for Philips, a 5-year DCF was constructed, using a WACC of 5.77% and a terminal growth rate of 1.75%. An intrinsic value of $55.88 was reached. A sensitivity analysis of plus or minus 50 bps on the terminal growth rate and WACC resulted in a $45.22 to $74.07 target range. The peers used to value EV to EBITDA and PE ratios were Siemens Healthineers, ResMed Inc., Holgic, Cerner, and Smith & Nephew. An EV to EBITDA multiple was calculated using a 23.05 times weighted average, resulting in a price target of $64.08. A PE multiple was calculated using a 46.21 times weighted average, resulting in a price target of $57.87. The DCF weighted 70%, the EV to EBITDA weighted 15%, the PE weighted 15%, resulted in an intrinsic value of $57.41 with 18.25% upside. Philips pays a dividend of 1.8%. Now moving on to the risk for Philips. As mentioned earlier, Philips is facing litigation following the recall of different respiratory care products, specifically their DreamStation CPAP machines that help with sleep apnea. The cost of possible litigation ranges as over 3 million machines had to be recalled and no amount has been determined yet. A substantial amount could hurt any future growth opportunities. My second risk is that acquisitions fail. Philips has made 2 recent smaller acquisitions of Capsule Technologies and Intact Vascular for around 1 billion euros. If Philips fails to successfully integrate these acquisitions and grow their associated products, it could lead to significant costs from failure to recognize these businesses' sales. The third risk is compliance risk. With new products and services comes the risk that they might not meet a government's organization's standards like the FDA. Approval by these organizations does not always guarantee that those standards will remain the same, as they can change in the future, which means products will have to change in the future as well if those standards change. Frans van Houten is the current CEO of Philips and has held the role since 2011. He's been a focal point of Philips' shift away from an electronics company to a healthcare company. Frans has been with the company since 1986 and has an 83% approval rating on Glassdoor. Additionally, he values ESG and has helped make Philips carbon neutral. The CFO is Abhijit Bhattacharya, and he has been in the position since 2015. He has overseen many of the main acquisitions and divestitures in Philips' transformation into predominantly a healthcare-based company. As well, 3 of the 13 executive committee members are women. Philips is looking to rebound back from their recent recall that saw one of their main business lines falter and their price default. Philips will look to use their completed transition to a healthcare technology company to allocate more of their resources on their 3 segments to better connect customers with their products and services. With Philips' recent successful divestiture into a healthcare technology company, their acquisition of biotelemetry, and recent product launches, it is recommended that Philips be added to the AIM International Equity Fund. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.